All right, we are live. Coming to you live, straight from New Orleans. I'm not going to go with that whole bit. Anyway, personal skills define who we are as individuals. The qualities we have in our personal skills are the prerequisites to all of the other skills that allow us as salespeople to progress and to develop the relational skills that are the most critical to developing a sales culture and affecting successful sales campaigns. And basically those elements are, of course, desire, passion, energy, motivation, and integrity, which all of those things put together bring us to success. And I know this has nothing to do with an elevator pitch, but on the other hand, it has everything to do with an elevator pitch, because these things will come out in how we pitch with our opener. As far as desire goes, to be a great sales professional, you have to want to sell. The best salespeople love to sell, and of course it's evident to everyone around them, especially their customers. People know when you love what you do, and they also know when you don't love what you do. And when you don't, they'll be less likely to buy from you. And next one on is passion. You have to be passionate about your work and the product that we sell, collection services. In order to be successful, we have to feel very strongly about it and, of course, have the desire to sell. Passion is just genuine enthusiasm that actually drives our desire to sell. And this is something else that can also be seen and felt by colleagues, customers, and prospects. When we go into a pitch with a lack of passion, it gives that prospective client the idea that we have a lack of interest in earning their business. A lot of sales actually close because customers are caught up and energized in the salesperson's passion, which brings me to energy. When sales are lacking, or our lead lists aren't producing what you want them to, you have to figure out, do you have enough energy to continue? And the reason for this is we're in a business where you've got to make 100 calls to get 10 people to talk to you, and you might close one of those people. So while it is not definitive that a high energy level will guarantee success, we already know that a low energy level will not lead to success. And high energy, it just means that you bring the right energy and intensity to work with you. Energy is part of how you're wired, and success demands it. On motivation, great salespeople are self-motivated and they close business. They make things happen. They proactively handle obstacles. and they do this while pressing forward towards the goal. There is no other way to be successful. With that, you must know what actually motivates you. And there's not going to be one right answer for that. But figuring out exactly what drives you is important to create success. If you know why you're in sales, you become more energetic and more passionate, which will cause you to begin to display the other characteristics that other successful salespeople have. Also, when you're passionate about yourself, you extend that passion to your work, and that will reflect in the value that you convey to your clients. And of course, integrity, that's pretty self-explanatory, but the best salespeople are honest. They're punctual, dependable, reliable, respectful, they're caring, and that is the aura they give off. And you know, on that same note, it's never a good idea to tamper with your credibility. It's always important to make sure that you do what you say what you do, and of course be completely honest with your customers, because you only get one chance to build credibility with a client. Which the last note on that is being ready to acknowledge any mistakes and be able to, if you make a mistake with one of your clients, apologize and don't blame anybody else. You know, don't shift it to, oh well, it's not my fault this happened. Find solutions. Mainly, when you're passionate about yourself, you extend that passion to your work. And with that said, I want to move on to openers and elevator pitches and see where we are at on that. Hank, give me a quick elevator pitch, man.
Let's see. I've kind of used some different ones. I like what you said. Hi, my name's Hank Haven with the firm Lyons and Associates. We're the most effective commercial collection agency in the country. We do this with complete transparency to you. Do you use collection agencies or attorneys as an extension of your credit department?
And what if I say no? We do not use collection agencies or attorneys as an extension of our credit department.
Well, how do you handle your accounts that are over 90 days?
We collect them in-house.
How's that working out for you?
It's working out excellent.
Okay. Well, great. Well, at the end of the year, what do you typically write off on your bad debt?
Well, I don't know what the actual numbers are, but I know it's not a lot, because my department is really good about getting everything paid. So I don't know how much we're writing off.
Okay. Well, that's great. You know, most of my clients handle everything in-house. Really, what we do is we're an extension of the credit department. When you do get those accounts that you might potentially write off, and you know, would you like to possibly not have to have write-offs at the end of the year?
Well, of course, everybody would.
Okay. Well, tell me about the last account you guys wrote off. What happened there?
Well, you know, it was uncollectible, and you know, our department's really good. You know, if we can't collect it here in-house, you know, it's not collectible.
Well, that's where we come in. I mean, we are a professional collection agency, and that's when once all you've exhausted all your efforts and you've deemed it uncollectible, that's when we get to our team of collection agents to try to help you out with those. What happened on your last account that you had?
Well, the the guy was promising to pay, and then he sent us a bad check, and pretty much after that we've sent out notices, and they quit returning phone calls. So that's a dead issue, man. You can't do anything with that.
Well, we hear that a lot. One of the things that we do, a lot of collection agencies don't do, is we use private investigators to do face-to-face interviews. Do you think possibly if an investigator went out to that place of business, that may motivate him to pay you back, possibly?
I doubt it. We sent our sales guy out there to talk to him, and he just dodged them.
All right. Well, I mean, salespeople aren't really collectors. Would you agree, or?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's still the same thing, isn't it? I mean, it's somebody going out to visit asking for the money. Isn't that the same thing?
No. Well, these investigators, I mean, they are trained to get to the bottom of, find out what the real reason is. Obviously, this customer is sounds like they're not telling you the whole story. There's something going on there, and what we do is we get to the bottom of the situation, find out exactly why they're not paying you. They may not have the money, or they may be trying to hide. You may have the resources to pay you, and we're going to find out if there is something there. And if there is something there, we're going to collect it. If not, we'll let you know. But I mean, what do you got to lose by not by utilizing us to try to collect an account that you've passed on?
Well, Hank, what you're telling me, man, it sounds like that's going to cost too much money, and they only owe us like $12,000. So, I mean, we don't want to go forking over anything to chase something that we already know it's dead.
Fork over. Well, would you rather have half of something or 2/3 of something than nothing? I mean, I'd rather have 2/3 of something than nothing.
Well, yeah, I would too. But I mean, what you're talking about, it sounds expensive, man. Sending a private investigator out and a team of collectors, man. I mean, how much money am I going to have to give you to start this? I mean, this is, we're talking about something that's dead here.
Right. Well, didn't you just tell me you guys have already written off that account and aren't going after it anymore? So you've already lost that money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, wouldn't you like to have some of that money back, even if you didn't get all of it, or would you rather just move on and try to make that up in new sales? I might be wrong here, but you tell me.
Well, making another $12,000 in sales isn't really that much. I mean, we do about $55 million annually.
Okay. Well, but if you could get half that money back, would you want it?
Yeah, of course I would.
Okay. Well, let's go to work for you. Let's collect it for you.
All right. I want to point out a couple of things here, Hank. When they start talking about how much is this going to cost me, we don't charge anything up front.
Okay, right. That'd be a good thing to say.
Absolutely.
Right. It doesn't cost you anything unless we collect for you.
Right. You want to add that in there, and when somebody tells you something like, well, it's only $12,000, and we do $55 million annually in sales, so a couple of sales will make that up. That's not really the case, because the monies that make that up are going to be based on net profit. And I know I'm throwing a whole bunch of stuff at you. I'm throwing a book at you. I picked up the book and said, "Here, catch." But you did good with overcoming that stuff, man. And I picked on you first because you got here first, man.
Okay. Well, I don't mind. Have at it.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I like the fact that you had the answers. That's what it's going to take. Do you have any questions about our conversation right there?
No, I mean that's I don't know if I've gotten that deep with somebody, that many questions. That was good. That was helpful. I mean, it helps just to get your feedback, and you just gotta talk to Rick about a lot. You just gotta think on your toes, and we have these elevator pitches, but once you get going, you got to think on your feet, and that's and learn how to handle these objections, and everyone's a little different. It's got to be creative.
And you probably will never run into one that throws all of that stuff at you together, but you will run into all of those separately. That is a definite.
Right.
And the main thing on that is to get in there and try to qualify as quickly as possible. As soon as you get them to start agreeing with you, you want to find out what, not just what they have, but if they're willing to talk to you about it. And that's, I know I've probably said that a million times, but really the purpose of qualifying isn't because we want to know if they have business or not. It's because we want to know if they're going to talk to us about it or not. Because in order for us to actually get business from them, they first have to talk to us about it. And
right.
We know historically if they won't tell you jack about their business, they're not going to give you jack. And that way you can just cut your losses, get out of that call, and move on to your next one.
Right.
Jason, what you got going on, man? Pitch me.
Hi, this is Jason with Lyons and Associates. We're a commercial debt collection company, and I need to speak to your credit manager.
Well, I don't think our credit manager wants to talk to any collection agencies, man. 4 or 5 of you guys call every week.
Well, I can appreciate that. We manage accounts receivables. We're a firm that's nationwide. I've got some information that they're going to find really interesting. It's going to help him collect more money.
Okay, yeah, but like I said, we get 4 or 5 of these calls every week. Our credit manager already has somebody, and I already know he's not going to take the call. But thank you for calling.
Well, I can appreciate that. Thanks for taking a minute.
Click. You let the gatekeeper make the decision for you.
I'm going back at you then.
and this is something that will actually happen.
Yeah, it does.
And
well, I used debt collection company too. I mean, I don't typically do that, but I have had gatekeepers be very difficult like that, and then they go click. They do.
Exactly. And what I want us to do with gatekeepers is not give them the ammunition they need to go click.
All right. Well, let's do it again.
Okay. ABC Supply.
Hi, this is Jason with Lyons and Associates. I need to speak to your credit manager.
Hi, Jason. What's the reason for your call?
I've got some information for you about the collection process. Our company does 3 times the industry average, and I'm wondering if you're currently doing it in-house or if you use agencies.
We do it in-house, but thank you for calling.
Is that a click?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. How about this? I need to speak with your credit manager, please. No name, no nothing. Who's calling, please? Jason Bentley with the firm Lyons and Associates. Can you connect me, please? right in there, straight to the point, not giving them any opportunity. Well, what's the reason for your call? Well, I need to speak with your credit manager. Can you connect me, please? And you're stressing a sense of urgency, and it's going to get you past more gatekeepers. And also check out some of the stuff we did on our gatekeeper hangout a little while back, man. There's different types of gatekeepers that will hold the gate really well, and several ways to get past them. But one of the ways is just not being rude, but being abrupt. And what's funny is, man, I did a conference with one of the guys. I don't know, a few days ago. He had a credit manager that he had talked to, identified business, and was avoiding him. And the gatekeeper would not connect him. I called and got right through. Because I did exactly what I'm telling you right now, and believe me, it works. And what you're doing is kind of you're throwing them off of the rocker. And you want to do that because they don't have, well, most of them don't. Some of them might, but most of them don't have the authority to tell you no. And they're making the decision for the credit manager. So let's try it again.
Okay.
ABC Supply, can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to your credit manager.
Who's calling, please?
Jason Bentley.
What company are you with?
I'm with Lyons and Associates.
What's the reason for your call?
I need to get him some information on the collections process.
Okay, you already lost me. When they ask who's calling, Jason Bentley with the firm Lyons and Associates. Can you connect me, please? Always put that at the end of that statement. Can you connect me, please?
Okay.
And a lot of time, and some, believe me, some of them are still going to come back and ask, what is it regarding, this, that, and the other. And when they ask, what is it regarding, don't get into don't get into your elevator pitch until you have the decision maker on the phone. You want to tell them, when I say, what is it regarding? Accounts receivable issues. Can you connect me, please?
Okay.
and just like that, they will connect you.
Okay.
Some of them, well, more of them will. More of them will.
What
Not all of them will.
Yeah. Sometimes on these smaller companies, you say that about accounts receivable issues, and they say, well, I can help you with that. I ask them, do you make the decisions on the receivables? And sometimes they'll say, I do. Well, then what do you do then? Do you pitch that person? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do. I think they're lying a lot of the time when they say that.
Sometimes they are. Sometimes they are. And once you get into it, there are questions you can ask them to find out how high up the person is you're talking to. When you start asking them about how many demands do you have out, how many accounts do you typically carry over 90 days, all of that stuff. If they don't know the answer to those questions, or if they start to stumble, and some credit managers will stumble at that, but you'll be able to tell really fast when you start asking them those questions if they are the actual person or not. And a lot of this stuff we have in there, the purpose of it is to get us to the decision maker and to find out if they're even going to talk to us about the stuff. a lot of what we do in our sales cycle is use psychology because it helps us to be more efficient. Because if you're talking to more people that actually want to talk to you, you write more business. Jason, give it a try again.
Okay.
ABC, how can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to speak to the credit manager.
Who's calling?
Jason Bentley with Lyons and Associates.
What's the reason for your call, Jason?
I've got some account receivables information for them. Could you connect me, please?
Please hold.
Got through. All right.
You barely got through that time.
Barely. I know. You almost clicked me, man.
I almost did. I thought about it, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Now play collection manager. Play credit manager so I can try some more. That's what I want to do. I mean, this is what I need. I mean, I'm doing well. I'm getting through to a lot of people and getting information, but this is more intense. You know, all our colleagues are here. You're there. I like it. So.
All right. This is Bob in the credit department.
Hey, Bob. It's Jason Bentley here with Lyons and Associates. How are you today?
Busy. What do you want?
Well, I've got some information for you about the collections, but I was curious if you guys are doing them all in-house or if you're using agencies these days.
We do them all in-house.
Okay, great. Most of my clients, I'm an extension of their AR department. How many agents do you have right now?
We got 6 of them. So what do? You a recruiter looking to place people or what?
No. I'm glad you guys are doing it in-house. What I do for my clients is once they get past your policy date, whether that's 90 days, 60 days, I take on the accounts, and we have designed a detailed approach based on your policies to go and talk to those customers. We include face-to-face visits. We're getting 3 to 4 times the industry average. I've got a 24/7 online system where you can get AR reports, updates on each account, and we're very effective. So I'd like to talk to you about getting some of those placements, those folks that get beyond your policy.
Yeah, well, send me the information and I'll call you if we need anything.
Well, let me ask you this while we're talking. How much money gets out past your policy date, and what is that date?
Well, I mean, the date's going to vary, you know. You talking about a number of days, or you talking about is you know, we do our aging, every week.
Okay, so when you run your aging, which ones get the red flag and are going to be on the high priority list for your accounts receivable folks? And at what point do you consider what type of dollars get beyond 90? That's the best way for me to ask you. Save you time.
Well, the unpaid dollars get past 90.
Okay, and how much of that does your team collect?
Well, they go after all of it.
Right. So how much of it do they collect over the next 30 to 45 days?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the numbers, but man, they're good, man. I trained them myself. They collect a lot of them.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm sure you're running a tight ship. On your AR reports, does it talk about specific yields, how much they collect per agent, per account? I'm trying to get an idea of how much money, not just that you write off, but how much you've got actively in collections, and where I can find out, you know, what your needs are and where we can help you, because we definitely can get some of those dollars in for you and increase your yields and be a supportive agent for your department.
Well, like I told you before, we collect them in house. We collect them in house, so we don't have any accounts in collections. You know, when they go bankrupt or out of business, we just write them off.
Okay, well that's a good thing to know. The write-off thing I can talk to you about in a few minutes. But when you report your AR reporting and your delinquent accounts and your yields up to, say, your controller or your CFO, what kind of information are they looking for from you? from your department as the director?
Well, the CFO, he just wants to see the big picture, you know. He wants to see how much money's coming in. He wants to know what the DSO is, and he's not looking at number of accounts. He's looking at dollar amount.
Okay, so when you show him a report that says I've got $100,000 in receivables and I've collected $50,000 of it, what does he say about the other $50,000?
Well, he wants to know why it's not collected, and you know, usually that stuff it's just out of business or bankrupt or something.
Okay. Well, we do very well with out of business and bankrupt accounts as well, but that's a secondary thing. In between, before they go bankrupt, between 90 and 160 days, we're getting 3 times the industry average on our collections. So what I want to do is design something and show you something that's going to allow you to turn that 50,000 into 75,000, so that he asks you what's different. And you can tell him, well, my core agents are working on the 60 and 90, and I've got a firm that helps me from the 90 to 120, and they're picking up another 50% on that money that's sitting out there. Not to mention the ones that went out of business, the ones that we used to write off, they're going after those, and they've told me and shown me a testimonial where they collected 57% of those. So I'm really working with a company that's a partner for us. You know, would that be something you could take to him he'd find valuable?
Yeah, probably so. Let me go back on this though.
Okay.
The only industry you want to take stuff that may have bankruptcy in it or out of business is going to be when a transportation broker owes a transportation carrier money. Okay? And there are certain types of construction deals that we can do stuff on in the western states, but if you put that in your pitch, you're going to end up with a big old steaming pile of dog. Because when you talk to these guys, I'll say, oh, well, I know how to get rid of Jason. I'll give him one of these piece of crap accounts and it'll go away. He'll be off my phone and I can get back to what I'm doing. So you want to keep that out of the mix.
Okay.
When they tell you this account is going bankrupt or this account has gone out of business, ask them, are you getting personal guarantees on this stuff? When a customer fills out a credit application, do you get personal guarantees on the higher risk credit approvals? And what that's going to do is get you closer into a position to ask them a little bit about what's really happening, because all of those aren't going to be written off just because they were out of business or delinquent. A lot of that stuff, they might status it like that, but in a lot of cases, it's a credit manager covering their own behind. You know, oh, we had to write these off because they're bankrupt. So what you want to ask them is, you know, are you getting a personal guarantee? If they talk about bankruptcies and out of business, are you getting a personal guarantee? And are you verifying those bankruptcies? Or how do you verify your bankruptcies? How do you verify that a company's out of business?
Yeah, I'm just writing this down. And how do you verify the bankruptcies or they're out of business?
Yeah.
How do they usually do that? An attorney or a salesperson, or?
They get the case number, and either call the bankruptcy court or verify it, and
Okay.
verify it, or call the debtor's attorney and verify it.
Okay.
But that's something they should be doing. If somebody says, "Oh, I went bankrupt," okay, prove it.
But the 57% on as a testimonial on some very tough second or third placements, is that okay to use? I'm not asking for second or third placements from them. I'm just saying that's how good we are.
And
because remember when you trained us and said that they take the cream off the top and then they kick a lot of them back? I'm trying to put that in there in that way. That's what I mean to do.
And what if you have somebody already on the hook listening to you? Don't do that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Because you do not want to give them the impression that they can unload all of their crap onto you.
Right.
And have us do a bunch of work that makes nobody anything, or makes us a little tiny bit of money, or actually on stuff like that makes you guys a couple of bucks and I'll come out of pocket on the expenses. that's more reasonable about what happens on it. So if somebody's talking about placing stuff like that,
I want good quality with it. If they're going to give me one of those.
Right. We need a fair cross section of accounts so we can properly show you what we can do. And remember my saying on this: if you take only the old stuff, you'll either be a hero or a goat.
Right.
And you don't want to be the guy sitting there going, nah.
It might start out like that, but then I'll starve and it'll just sound a whole lot worse.
Yeah, exactly, man. You might be starving, so hungry, you're like, man, where's that goat at?
Right.
Where'd that goat go, man? Mutton, it's what's for dinner.
All right. So do you want to do another one?
Yeah, hit me again. This time I want to hear you say, "This is Jason Bentley with the firm Lyons and Associates. Can you connect me, please?"
Okay.
The first time they say, "Who is this?" That way you're giving them who you are, who you're with, and they connect me, please. And instead of who you are, then they have to ask, who are you with? Then they, why are you calling? And that whole crap and shebang. You can save a little time by just saying, "This is Jason Bentley. I'm with the firm Lyons and Associates. Can you connect me, please?"
Okay. This is Jason Bentley with the firm Lyons and Associates. Can you connect me to the credit manager, please?
There you go. There you go. And that's going to help you get through more people. Won't get you through all of them. Some of them are just waiting for you to call with that. Believe me, they're out there too. They're just waiting for you to call with that. The guy they're waiting for the guy who's slick at getting past the gatekeeper so they can slam them, man. It's their ultimate goal in every day. So when you get to one of those, just laugh them off, man. All right. Frank, what you got, man?
Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Hi, this is Frank. Can I speak with whoever handles your accounts receivables, please? Can you hear me?
You're real distorted.
Is not sure. I don't know how to fix it though. I haven't changed anything except I moved to the basement. I built an office in the basement, so I don't know what the difference is. The computer's the same though. I don't know how to make it different.
I think your volume's too high on your microphone.
Alright, I don't know how to handle that. I haven't changed that. Let me just turn my volume in general down. Is that any better?
Well,
No.
no, you have to turn the volume down on your actual microphone.
Again, never touched it from been on here, so I don't have a clue where to even go in there into this computer to do that. So.
And that's something maybe get it worked out after the hangout. And what you should do is just look it up on Google how to change the volume for it. Are you using a webcam with a microphone in it?
No, it's hooked right into the computer.
Okay.
Like I said, I haven't changed anything, but I'll deal with it. No reason to waste time here, obviously. I'll deal with it after the fact.
Yeah, and that'll help you get a much better sound level, because when your microphone's too high, it makes the microphone too sensitive, and when the sound comes through, it distorts it.
Right.
You know, kind of like when you turn up the stereo too loud, it starts to get distortion coming through the speakers.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Same thing on a microphone, but in reverse.
All right. Yeah, I'll try it.
All right. Well, give me your distortion pitch anyway. Just talk a little lower.
All right. Let me get here. Oh, I can move away. Let me move away from the speaker too. So, oh well, I lost you. Where'd you go?
I'm here.
All right. Let me move back. See if that helps any. And I'll talk a little lower. This is Frank Wilkins from the firm Lyons and Associates. We're the most effective commercial debt collector in the country, specializing in face-to-face collections. Do you use outside agencies or attorneys to aid in your collections process? Oh, now I can't hear you.
Oh, I have my microphone off. I'm sorry. Yes, we do.
All right, that's great. At this point, how many do you guys carry on average on 90-day delinquent accounts?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
All right.
We already have an agency.
Okay, most people I work with do. How are they working for you?
Oh, they do good, man.
All right. Well, as I mentioned in my earlier statement, we are the most effective. We will collect 3 to 4 times more than probably the agency's collecting for you now. And do you have any numbers in terms of annual write-offs?
Well, yeah, of course we have write-offs, doesn't everybody?
Yeah. Well, what kind of numbers are you looking at on an annual basis?
A couple 100,000, you know.
All right. And of that amount, how is your outside agency doing? What percentage of that are they getting for you?
Oh, I haven't done the numbers on it, but you know they collect some of the stuff and some of it's uncollectible.
Okay. Well, I would think that we can. I know that we can help you out, especially with our face-to-face private investigators going into the field and actually determining what is the reasoning for these companies not paying you. Could you place a few with us just to start, so we can show you how we operate?
Let me think about it, man. Can you send me some information? And
I can send you some information. Let me have your email, but I want you to, most people are saying that just to get me off the phone. I want you to, is there any questions I can answer now that I haven't answered?
No, I just want to see some information, man.
Okay, all right. I'll send you some information, and I will call back either at the end of this week or early next week, which is best for you.
The end of the week.
Okay. All right. Friday morning, I'll give you a call back. What's your email, please?
Okay, good. One thing I want you to add in there when you're setting up a callback, get them to have some. If they're talking about about coming forward with some business, tell them to have the accounts ready when you call back.
Okay.
And say, okay, not a problem. I'm going to pencil you in for next Friday afternoon. When I give you a call, have a few accounts ready for us to discuss. You know, so we can both save ourselves some time, and we can start showing you exactly what we can do for you.
All right. That's great.
Good deal. Good deal. Let's see. Trina, pitch me.
Okay. Hello. My name is Trina Gibson with the firm Lyons and Associates. We are the most effective commercial collection agency in the country, and we do this with transparency. Does your company use collection agencies as an extension of your credit department?
No, and we're not interested.
Oh, may I please ask why? Well, why don't you use a collection agency?
Because we just don't use them. We don't have a need for them.
Do you have any outstanding debts, like outstanding accounts receivables, like over 90 days, 60 days?
Yeah, but we collect those in-house. Accounts receivable goes after them.
Okay, so you've been very good at collecting them on your own.
Well, of course we have. Of course, that's why we don't use collection agencies.
Well, if you're good, then that is great. Thank you so much for your time. You have a nice day.
Really? You're gonna let me off that easy, Trina?
Well, I was like, well, I mean, I did a couple of objection responses.
A couple? Oh, come on, you got to give me help. Let's start over. ABC, can I help you? This is the credit manager.
Hello, my name is Trina Gibson. I am calling with the firm Lyons and Associates. We're the most effective commercial collection agency in the country, and we do this with transparency. Does your company use collection agencies as an extension of your credit department?
No. Are you reading from a script?
Oh, yes, I was doing some. No, I'm not reading from a script.
You sound like you are, and I know I'm giving you a hard time, but this is going to help you.
Yes, I was looking right at the script. Yes, I was.
And you know how I can tell? Because it comes out in your voice.
Oh, okay.
And not only will I be able to tell, but whoever you're calling will be able to tell. And if you don't have that confidence and enthusiasm in there, if you're just reading something to them, not many of them are going to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now if you go in there, good morning, Bob. This is Mike Lyons with the firm Lyons and Associates. Our firm does face-to-face collections of delinquent receivables on a national basis. Do you use third-party agencies or attorneys to help you collect delinquent receivables? You know, quick, fast, to the point, confidence in there, or good morning, Bob. This is Mike Lyons. I'm with the firm Lyons and Associates, the most effective commercial collection agency in the country. We specialize in face-to-face commercial collections on a national basis. With this approach, we collect over 3 times the industry average in gross collections. Do you currently use attorneys or agencies to help you with your delinquent receivables? And mine might sound a little canned because that's so stuck in my head, but add just a little bit on the top of it, a little bit of enthusiasm, even if you are reading. You know, and think about this. If you're ever reading a child a bedtime story and you sound like you're just reading it out of the book, no, I won't have green eggs and ham, Sam, I am. Or the kid's not going to be interested. If you read that story to that child and you say, no, I will not have green eggs and ham, Sam, I am. I won't have them on a moat. I won't have them on a boat. You can gloat. I don't want your green eggs and ham. You know, you add a little to it, and people are going to listen. If you don't, they won't buy your green eggs and ham. I promise you. If you do, some of them will buy your green eggs and ham. They'll even ask you, Trina, can I get a side of bacon with those green eggs and ham? Sam, I am. So give it to me again, Trina.
Okay. All right. Hello, this is Trina Gibson. I am calling with the firm Lyons and Associates. We're the most effective commercial collection agency, and we do this with transparency. Do you use outside collection agencies as an extension of your credit department?
Okay, try that again. Put some space between it. Hi, this is Trina. Hi, this is Trina Gibson. I'm with the firm Lyons and Associates.
Hi. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh. Hi, this is Trina Gibson. I am with the firm Lyons and Associates. We are the most effective commercial collection agency, and we do this with transparency. Do you use outside commercial collection agencies as an extension of your credit department?
Click. What I want you to work on doing is reading that, but putting emphasis on separate words to get into the habit of emphasizing things when you're reading them. It will help with your voice inflection, and don't take this as me being hard on you, because what I'm telling you is going to help you out, and it's going to help you step up your sales game and make more money. Try and like an inflection exercise. Hi, this is Trina Gibson. I'm with the firm Lyons and Associates. See how I emphasized firm? But you're not going to specifically use this for your pitch. You're going to use it as practice in shaping your voice inflection to help you add emphasis on the words in your pitch, to help you sound like you're not reading it off of a piece of paper. Because whenever you sound like you're reading it off of a piece of paper, you will lose your audience. Let's say, let me give a statement, and I'm going to emphasize different words in this statement, and listen to how it shapes the picture that gets painted. Lyons and Associates is the largest and most effective commercial collection agency in the country. Lyons and Associates is the largest and most effective commercial collection agency in the country. Lyons and Associates is the largest and most effective. Why are we saying largest? Lyons and Associates is the most effective commercial collection agency in the country, or Lyons and Associates is the most effective commercial collection agency in the country. You see how I've emphasized different things in there to stress, to give certain stressors in what I'm saying. And what that did is it made my one sentence say different things to the listener. And what you can do with that is, as you're giving your pitch, say it to yourself. Even if you have to say it in the mirror, you know, and emphasize certain words and see what it sounds like to you. See what sounds more interesting. See what would be better for your audience, and you'll get your pitch to come across a whole lot stronger, and you'll be able to do it with confidence. Give me your pitch again.
Okay. Hello, this is Trina Gibson with the firm Lyons and Associates. We're the most effective commercial collection agency in the country, and we do this with transparency. Do you use collection agencies as an extension of your credit department?
Yes.
Well, that is great. We would like to be of service to you and help you save time and money. We offer our clients high yields and fast remits, and we also offer a 24/7 online service where you can view the status of your accounts that you have placed with us in collections. How many accounts do you have that are over 60 days past due?
That is the first thing you should have said.
Okay.
As soon as they said they use agencies, and not how many do you have, how many accounts do you place with them on a quarterly basis? Walk right in the qualification, and it's going to save you the time of giving out a pitch.
Okay.
Because if they won't talk to you about what they're placing, they're never going to place an account with you. And you can find that out right after your opener. If they say, yes, we use agencies, the next question should be, how many accounts do you place with them quarterly?
How many accounts do you place in collections quarterly?
Right. How many accounts do you place with them quarterly?
Okay.
That should be, you don't want to go into any pitch after they say, if they say yes, go right into qualification, because you immediately want to find out if they're willing to talk to you or not. If they're willing to talk to you, you have a chance at closing a deal. If they're not willing to talk to you, you have no chance at closing a deal. And if you wait till after you've given additional features and benefits to find that out after they've given you essentially a qualification signal by saying, yes, we use agencies, all of that time that was spent on the rest of that pitch is going to be lost the minute they say no. So if you can take that time and make it shorter, it gives you more time to spend on the people that are willing to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay, so one more time for good luck, and then we're going to hear from somebody else.
Okay. Hello, this is Trina Gibson with the firm Lyons and Associates. We are the most effective commercial collection agency in the country, and we do this with transparency. Do you use outside collection agencies as an extension of your credit department?
Yeah, we've got 2 agencies already.
How many accounts do you place with them quarterly?
Probably 20 or 30.
Okay. Well, we offer our clients fast yields and high remits, and we would be able to collect up to 3 times more than the companies that you are currently using, and we would like to be of service to your company and help you save time and money.
Okay, you lost me. You lost me. I hung up like 2 sentences ago. And what I want you to work on is quick response and instead of because right now you sound unsure.
I am unsure. So what I should ask is, okay, if they say we place accounts in collections, like you said, what you say, 30 or 40 of them into collections quarterly, or where do I go from there? And so I am actually unsure. So that is my question. Since where do I go from there? I mean, how do I ask them for the business without giving them the additional pitch? Because you said don't do that. So what do I want to ask? How do I ask them for their business once they say we place 30 or 40 accounts into collections quarterly with these people?
What kind of yields are you getting?
What?
What kind of yields are you getting?
Okay.
You want to find out how they're doing for them. They may not be happy with them, even though they have the two.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see what you're up against, and then you can say, oh, fine, thank you. Lyons & Associates gets more than 3 times the national average in yields and also the fastest remits. Can you see the benefits of using Lyons & Associates?
Okay.
And if they say yes, you got them.
Yeah.
Reel the fish in.
Okay.
And what you might want to do also is go back through some of the chapters in the training cloud, like the objections chapter and stuff, because you're going to have tips on qualification in there, and well, if you've watched my videos, you know my thoughts on objections. There are opportunities to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
And that is absolutely true. Every objection is an invitation to qualify a prospect. Every time they object to something, you give them an answer and you qualify them. And the reason you want to do that every time is so you don't waste time with the BSers. And what you really need, Trina, is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Get on the phone and look. When you get one that's giving you a hard time, don't try to get off the phone with them quick. Even if you know they're never going to place an account with you, practice your objections on them, because the ones that are pushing you off of the phone harder are going to be much harder to keep on the phone, and it will be excellent practice for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think once you get in there and get some more practice in this, it's going to build up your confidence, which will increase your motivation on this and add depth to your pitch, and that's really all there is to it. You want to get the practice to help you build the confidence in it, and that will take away all of that uncertainty. And that's with anything in life, when you have uncertainties, find out. If you have an obstacle, figure out how to overcome it. And that's pretty much the philosophy I live by in life. And man, it works. It works. It completely works. And that's something you apply to your salesmanship, or saleswomanship in this particular instance. And it will help you develop. But right now, what you want to do is talk to as many people as you can. Get as many people as you can talking to you. Get on the phone, burn the phone up, and get people talking to you. Don't worry about one saying they're not interested or anything. Get into the habit of asking them why. Get into the habit of using our rebuttals and overcoming the objections they're going to give you, because that's that's what's really going to build your saleswomanship in this. Because I know you've been successful at selling other things, and your only obstacle in this is you just have not practiced it enough. So get that practice in and get some people talking to you. And the ones that are absolutely not going to be interested, use them up. Use them as your practice. I don't want to call them a practice dummy. That would be rude. You know, spar with them. You know, spar with them a little bit. Verbally spar with them, and that'll help you get your chops up. You know, when you get in the ring.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing some calls today, so I'll get some practice in today as well.
Good deal. Good deal. Get one on a hook and close them.
Oh yes, I would love that.
Well,
I keep trying to call this one guy, and and I cannot reach him. I'm waiting for the secretary to tell me that this man is in the office meditating, doing a midday meditation. Every time I call, he's on the phone or he's out of the office or something.
he's blowing you off. That's what that is.
Should I send him a follow-up email? That's what I was thinking of doing. And say, is there a good time to reach you at all during the week? I have attempted to reach you, but I haven't been able to. When is a good time next week to call you so I can speak with you about the accounts that you would like to place into collections?
Instead of asking them when is the best time, is it better to call you in the beginning or the end of next week?
Okay.
When are you going to be available? And you really don't need to get into unnecessary stuff like I've tried to call you. He knows you tried to call. He got the voicemails. He already knows that.
Actually, he doesn't have voicemail.
Okay. Did you leave a message with the gatekeeper?
Yes, I did. I actually left my name and number and everything, and he didn't call. I don't know if he ever got this message, but I did not get a call back.
He probably got it.
Okay.
But whenever you're attempting to get in touch with a prospect, you definitely want to email them too. You want to email them, you want to call them, you want to put yourself in front of that prospect as often and as frequently as possible, because you want to be on that prospect's mind. When he thinks about collections, he should think about Trina Gibson with the firm Lyons and Associates.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want him to do. And to do that, you got to put yourself in front of him. Kim Goodwin, are you there?
Yep.
All right. Happy Friday, Kim.
Yes, happy Friday, everybody.
All right, pitch me.
Are you answering the phone as a gatekeeper, or how are we doing that?
Let's start at the gatekeeper.
Okay.
ABC.
Okay, I don't normally laugh at people, but hi, can you put me through to accounts receivable, please?
Yeah, who's calling?
Kim Goodwin with. Sorry, almost did it. Oh, I'm a little hoarse this morning. Kim Goodwin with Lyons and Associates. Can you connect me, please?
Sure, hold on. This is Bob at Accounts Receivable.
Hi, my name's Kim Goodwin, and I'm with Lyons and Associates. We're a commercial collections firm with a division that specializes in your industry. And I'm calling to see, how do you work with your accounts receivables that are delinquent?
We collect them in-house.
Do you ever use collection companies for the ones that are uncollectible in-house, the things that you write off at the end of the year?
No, we don't need to do that. We've got an in-house team.
Well, how much do you typically write off quarterly?
um, 50 or 60,000, you know, but we do 320 million annually in sales, so it's within our acceptable loss limits.
Well, that seems like a lot to me, but how do you guys account for making up for that?
Well,
Those types of losses.
Well, it's within our acceptable loss. We don't have to make them up.
Well, do you have any incentive if you're able to improve that? We work with a lot of companies where, just like you, where they collect primarily everything in-house, but whatever is left over, we take over because we don't charge any upfront fees. So there's really no loss to you, but it can really help someone in your position to increase the company's bottom line and just, you know, really look better to your superiors.
Yeah, well, my superiors like me just fine, you know, and they just want me to keep it in the acceptable loss limits, and you know, there's not really any incentives. I get paid a straight salary. There's no bonus or anything. So, you know, the bosses are happy with what we have going on. So, you know, why change it? It works.
Well, sometimes it's nice to kind of bring in sort of a surprise angle. You know, I mean, job security is great, but boy, we just never know that it's going to last. But have you ever tried using a collection company? Did you ever have an experience with one?
Yeah, I did, and man, they promised me the world, and they didn't deliver, man. I don't even think they worked the accounts.
I know what you mean, and I'm really fortunate to work for a company that does things very differently. Our founders, you know, our founder, he used to work in collections like that, and he decided he just didn't want to be treating people that way. And so at Lions, we work every single account to completion, and customer service is an extreme priority for us. You know, we have a way for you as a credit manager to look at your update the status of your accounts 24/7 online. Would that appeal to you? Would that make your job easier?
No, it sounds like you're going to give me more work to do. I got to go in and check up on them.
Well, you don't have to, because we do such a good job and we remit so quickly that, you know, a lot of times things will be completed before you even imagined it. So what do you think about even just giving me a chance, just a fair test at a few accounts? I mean, I really work hard to treat my clients very well and, you know, to make sure that they feel respected and that their needs are being met. Just a few accounts. Would there be anything that's on your, you know, 90 or 120 day old right now that you're not sure is going to be able to be collected in-house?
Well, you know, there's some, but I got this one guy, man, that the account's about 2 years old, and you know, I don't know if they went out of business or what, but this is one of those deals where the boss knew the guy and took it personally or something. We could probably give you that one.
Well, and so you're not sure if they're out of business or not?
No,
is that what you said?
I don't know.
How much is that account?
It's about 30 grand, give or take.
Do you have other accounts of that size that are getting that old as well?
Well, all of the other ones were written off, and this one was written off too. But this is the only one they're really mad about.
Well, what if we took on one like that, but with a couple of other newer accounts to make a fair test? Because, you know, the downside with taking on something old like that, even though we do a stupendous job, we're really the most effective collections company in the nation right now, But the downside is that, you know, we either pass or fail. You won't really get to see how well we're able to work with a company, you know, and what we can really do for you. So what if you just were able to throw in a couple of other accounts? Do you have anything a little newer, say something that you know is still in business but maybe 6, 8 months old?
Yeah, we have something like that. I like your pitch, Kim. I like your pitch.
Obviously, I can keep going. If the person will keep talking, I'll keep going.
Good deal. And I really don't have anything to throw at that, man. And that's a shame because I was looking to give you a hard time.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a very high compliment.
But yeah, I like that. And I was trying to steer you towards the old stuff too. And I like that. You didn't take the bait. You talked about it, but you said, well, you know, we're either going to pass or fail. But you know, honestly, I like my hero or goat talk off better. So.
It does fit you very well. So we each have our own approaches. Obviously, we have to just keep developing and developing and developing.
Right, exactly. And the good thing is, whenever I do my goat noise, everybody laughs.
Yes. Thank you. This has been really fun, and everybody, I know how hard this is. I mean, thanks for just like coming back and trying to improve. I mean, it's good. It helps me too.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Absolutely. And you sound like you're getting a little better. I'm glad you're coming back in and rocking and rolling.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Do we have any questions, comments, suggestions? Oh, I do have 14 chat messages over here. Let's see. Oh, none for me. All right. Well, why does it say 14? There's not 14 messages here. I think the chat app is on crack. All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, comments, or anything you'd like to add, ask, or anything of the sort, we will close for the day and be back here on Tuesday.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, Kim.
Oh, before you drop off, I was going to ask, what are the Labor Day calling hours like? I mean, would you say don't call on that Friday or Thursday before Labor Day and that Monday? I mean, what would you suggest as far as calling?
That Friday you should be all right. The Monday for Labor Day.
Well, not Monday, Labor Day, though. But I mean, I'm talking about like the Tuesday. Would you say call Tuesday or?
Yeah, call Tuesday. But definitely don't pick up the phone Monday.
Who would want to do that?
You will be very displeased if you do.
No, I'm not calling on Monday. I have no intention of doing that. But I was saying like that Friday or Tuesday. When do you want people to call or not call?
Some people are going to be out Friday. Some people might be out Tuesday, but you'll have people working Friday and people working Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I've actually tried to call on Labor Day before, and it's no good. and that's only because I'm crazy and I'll try anything.
Okay.
Don't go, man.
Yes. Well, that was my only question about Labor Day. Y'all have a nice weekend.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Anything else, or are we good? Looks like we might be good then. All right. See you guys soon.